Welcome everyone to this class. For the first timers, you're welcome. If you've had the class with me before, you know it's an exciting journey, so you're welcome back to class. The instruments we'll be using for today's class will be our straight ruler, our curve, fabric scissors, tape rule, pattern scissors, then our writing material. I just got this wonderful erasable pen. You can use it on your fabric. Once you wash it off, it goes out immediately. It comes in different colors, so if you're interested, reach out to me. All right, so the first topic we'll be treating today is our cape dress. Now, the cape dress looks like the picture you can see on your screen right now. The first thing we want to do, and we always do this, is draw out our borderline. All right, so my borderline is always 1 inch away from the edge of my paper. This is simply because when I had my allowances, I don't want it at the tip of my paper, so I draw my borderline right here. Now, for the cape dress, we're just going to go from a very simple blouse pattern, nothing complicated at all, and I'm going to be doing it on a small scale. Then we transfer it to on a big scale to the fabric and work on it. All right, I'm sure we are familiar with our bodice block pattern, the simplest form of this. Like I said, I will do a sample on a small scale to show you what it looks like. Then we'll have it on a large scale, transferring it to our fabric. All right, so this is for those that are not familiar with this process. I'll just tell you what I'm doing right now. So my shoulder is 7. That means the back is 14 divided by 2, 7 inches. Now, my armhole, I'm going to come down 8 inches. Use my ruler. The bust is 34 inches, so mark 34 inch out there. My collar to waist, or cut at waist as you may know it, or half length, is 15 inches, so I'm going to mark out 15. Then my waist is 26 inches, mark it out there. So this is my bust and my waist, shoulder. Now, joining my bust to my waistline, I have something like this. Now my shoulder is going to be a straight cut all the way to this part here. So I have my shoulder going this way. At the shoulder, you want to divide by 2. You want to divide your shoulder to your armhole by 2. Then at this point, come in by half. Get your curve. Your neckline can be anything, so let's open our neckline by 4 inches. The depth, say 4 inches also. Using your curve. Now I'm going to put in a fisheye dart here for my shoulder slant, 1/2 inch. then I can cut out. For the back, I place my front exactly where I had my ruler. This would be my zip allowance for the back. For my neckline, it's not going to be as low as my front neckline. Front and the back. So for my cape, pretty simple. Your front pattern, get another pattern sheet, place your front pattern on the edge of the pattern sheet. This edge here means on a straight line. Place your front pattern like this. Then same with your back pattern. I'm going to roll out the zip allowance here so that we can see exactly what we are doing with this. So still on a straight line, the edge of your fresh pattern paper, fold it this way. Once you have this, you can use your tape now. The cape dress is going to be at the back, right? So that tells us that a shape will come from the back into the front, since part of the cape dress will be sitting in front, right? So I have something like this. So say this is our straight line here. This is the back. I need you to understand this before I put it on the pattern. This is the front, standing exactly how we have it on the pattern there. I'm sure you see they are the same. Back, front. Now what we want to do right now is get the cape going from the back all the way to the front. Now remember that the cape is at the front also, so it serves like a sleeve, a partial sleeve in front, so it's coming all the way from here. So this is exactly what we are trying to achieve on this pattern here. So we are going to pass through this place here, pass through this place here, then come right back. Did we get that? We're going to pass the front armhole, the front shoulder into the back neckline. So let's get started. Now using my curve, like I said, we want to pass through the front into the back, then our cape. I would like to divide this by 2. This is how low the sleeve will drop. So yours can be higher or lower, but it shouldn't be so low that your armhole is covered, right? So I'm just going to use the midpoint to get that. Then on that line, I get a straight line coming out this way. Did you get that? Now, remember I said we are passing through this curve here, this line here, then into your back shoulder. Now if you noticed something, You see there's an opening here. Don't force it to close up. Like I said, it should be on a straight line, this point here. So definitely if this part is on a straight line, you will have an opening here. Don't force it to close up. Now into the back curve. Then how long would the cape be? We all know we can have different lengths for our cape. It might be 3 inches longer than your blouse length, 2 inches longer than your blouse length, or whatever length you choose to make it. It could even be a dress. Then it could actually get to the floor. It's your choice, right? So I'm going to end our cape here. So that's like 4.5 inches below the collar to waist. At this point, I'm going to use a clean curve from this point all the way to that curve there. So this is what it looks like. Then at this point, you can take off your pattern. Now, you see this place here. Some people like it to be longer than their sleeve length. For some, it might be shorter than your sleeve length, right? Whatever you choose, you should be comfortable with it. For this part here, from here to here, so it's something you should put into consideration. Where will it get to? Is it the same length with my blouse? Make it that same length. Is it going to be my sleeve length? Make it that length. So that is what we have for cape dress. At this point, I'm just going to smoothen my lines. Then I'm going to be cutting this out, then adding it to the dress. So let's get to the fabric work. We're working on this nice jacket. So it's going to appear this way. Now we want to put in the cape at the back. So the cape is going to come all the way from here, the back shoulder, then end midway at the front here. So we want to make sure that it is on the center line. How do I get my center line? For the back, this is the center line. I place it on the front. You know, because of my lapel in front, I will have extra allowances, right? So I'll consider that, so I'll put that into consideration. This is the center line for the front. So I'm just going to fold the front in. This is the center line for the back. I'm just going to fold the front into that point so that I have a straight line. All right, so this is for my front, then the back. Remember, place the back exactly on the straight line and how much you need it to drop. So this cape is going to be longer by, say, 4 inches, right? So I'm going to add that to the length. 4 inches. Place it. Then the front is going to sit exactly where this is sitting this way. Did you get it? So I have my phone sitting this way and my back sitting that way, midpoint to midpoint. Connect your lines. Now remember I told you that to determine your length, you want to determine if the sleeve is longer than your arm measurement. For us, we want it longer than the arm measurement, more like an oversized sleeve, right? So from this part here, so we said divide this place by 2. So that is where our sleeve is going to sit. I draw a straight line from that point all the way down. All right, so like I said, this arm is going to drop at least 4 inches after our normal sleeve length. So my sleeve length is 23. It's going to drop by 4 inches, which is 27, just at the edge of my paper here. So this is how much it's going to drop. Then I'm going to connect this line to my shoulder line here, that way to the back, then take it all the way. So let's do. All right, I'm going to be connecting this line here to this line here to my back line. I hope we got that. This. Then take it all the way. You can use a curve if you choose to, so that you have a nice so that is what I will have for the cape. Now I can take off the blouse. So this is what we are going to be cutting out. Did you get it? That is going into the arm. This is the shoulder. And this is my back neckline. All right, so this is my fabric here. Now, for your allowances, remember that when you were cutting this pattern, there was no allowance at all. You cut exactly to size.